It's back! Yeah, General Motors is bringing back the Chevrolet Bolt, an affordable electric vehicle. What everybody says they want, it starts at under $30,000, which is pretty good for any vehicle these days. Let's get to it. I'm Tom Volk, and this is a quick preview of the 2027 Bolt. I was always a fan of the original. It had great utility, it was fun to drive, and reasonably priced for an EV. And just as it was catching on and people were buying record numbers of them, General Motors canceled it. Classic GM move. But now it's back and better than ever. For starters, there used to be two versions, the EV and the EUV. Now there's just one. It's just Bolt. The 2027 Bolt will be available in early 2026. In profile, it looks exactly like the outgoing, slightly larger EUV. That doesn't change. Visually, the big differences are the front and rear fascias. I suppose not changing the sheet metal, that's a cost-cutting move to keep this affordable. It's the guts that are different. For starters, it uses General Motors' X76 electric drive unit, GM's 10th EV to do so. The use of rare earth materials are minimized to keep costs down. The inverter is silicon carbide. GM's spec sheet says the 2027 Bolt has more horsepower, 210, that's up by 10, but torque is now rated at 169 pound-feet. The outgoing Bolt's 266. Range is now rated at 255 miles. That's up a smidge. Bolt charges faster now, 150 kilowatts, up from 50 kilowatts. Plus, it's the first Chevy with a NACS plug. It charges from 10 to 80% in 26 minutes when DC fast charging, and the battery is different. At 65 kilowatts, it's a lithium iron phosphate pack using prismatic can cells. One thing that's gone, unfortunately, the regen paddle. I really like that feature. But one thing that's added, Bolt is bidirectional, which might sound kinky, but really it just means if the power goes out in your neighborhood, Bolt can power your house. You need the right setup for that, though. Bolt will be available in two trim levels. The most affordable one will be the LT, which begins at just under $30,000, including destination. Eventually, there's supposed to be one that's a little less expensive. First out of the gate is the RS. It starts at 33 grand. Options include Super Cruise, and I don't know how much that's going to cost, but using Equinox EV as a reference, you have to add a couple packages to get it, and it costs 6,500 bucks. The interior, which is the third time it's been redone, is quite different from the outgoing Bolts. The shifter moves up near the steering wheel to save console space. There's a phone charge pad. The gauge cluster is bigger and in front of the driver. Plus, there's a larger infotainment screen that runs Google Assistant, and that allows natural voice commands that work very well. Sadly, no CarPlay or Android Auto phone mirroring. Lots of open storage with a configurable console. The backseat remains the same. At 5'9", I was okay in the original Bolts. And as far as the trunk goes, there's storage under the cargo floor. There are 6 paints, real colors like yellow, orange, and blue. Now there is something a little weird about this announcement. GM is saying that Bolt is a limited run model. Let me quote the press release. After production ended, we heard our customers' feedback and their love for this product. So the Bolt is coming back by popular demand and better than ever for a limited time. A limited time? This is not a Beanie Baby. It costs a lot to develop and they retooled the factory. So I really don't understand what this means, but I'll talk to General Motors and get back to you and see what they mean about that. My wish for this car? I would love to see, for the lack of a better term, a GTI version, a more sporty setup. I'd be happy with a reworked suspension and tires since EVs have great low-end torque off the line, plus a low center of gravity because of that heavy battery in the floor. Again, the 2027 Bolt will be available in early 2026. For those that might complain that the new Bolt doesn't have north of 300 miles of range, I actually get why GM did this. It's trying to keep the Bolt affordable, and battery packs are expensive. Besides, most people don't drive more than 30, 40, maybe 50 miles in a day. And if you want a road trip, the new faster charge speed makes it possible. Hope you got something out of my first look at the 2027 Chevrolet Bolt. This is a preview. It's not a review like my regular reviews where I shoot all my own footage, okay? Check those out. People seem to really like them. You can follow me on social media. I'm on all the major platforms. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'll get back to you, unless it's about that limited production run thing, which I really don't understand. For Driven, I'm Tom Volk.